Hey, welcome back. And we're taking on lesson 18. I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my seeing. Wow. Okay.
That means I'm not alone in experiencing the outcome of my seeing.
Is that what the FIP says?
No, I'm just.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
What
So
does effects mean?
the results of my thinking.
That's right.
Mhm.
What I'm seeing out there, supposedly, right? So I'm not alone in experiencing what I'm seeing out there.
Right. Yes. The idea for today is another step in learning that the thoughts which give rise to what you see are never neutral or unimportant. There's a new term. It also emphasizes the idea that minds are joined, which will be given increasing stress later. Today's idea does not refer to what you see as much as how you see it. Therefore, the exercises for today will emphasize this aspect of your perception. So, do we want to talk about that before he starts into how we're supposed to practice this thought?
Mm.
Yeah.
Shed some light on it, some clarity.
Mhm. So, they're not neutral, they're never neutral. The thoughts which give rise to what we see are never neutral or unimportant because minds are joined, right? It emphasizes the idea that minds are joined. And why is that going to be given increasing stress later? Because this is out of oneness, we chose separation and fragmentation. And if we want to return back home, we want to awaken from the dream, that would be a movement from fragmentation back into wholeness or union. And one of the ways that, well, the earliest way we stress that is that there's just one mind. It has not actually fragmented.
Well, that's a truth. But
Mhm.
here through the ego dream,
Mhm.
we really believe that we each have a private mind, right?
Right. Yes.
My mind is, I can have private thoughts
Mhm.
that you're not aware of. I can keep secrets that you're not aware of.
Right.
I can hide stuff from you.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
So, and plus, if we're in a close friendship,
Mhm.
I can believe that I have my own self-seeking agendas, and that you have your own self-seeking agendas, and that sometimes they conflict, they clash, and then we end up having an argument.
Mhm. Right. That's the entire ego thought system.
Isn't
Separate
it?
bodies with separate minds that can clash with their separate agendas, right?
But what happens is, as we begin doing these lessons, reading the text and the manual, etc., and we start to actually apply the principles practically to our lives, our thinking, become the observer of our thoughts without self-judgment, is we begin to be able to positively separate the ego in our mind from the truth with Holy Spirit of what we are, right? Okay.
Right.
So as we undo what is not really there, which is the ego thought system, because our true mind with a capital M
Mhm.
is one, is
Mhm.
unified, is undivided with all our brothers and sisters throughout the dream of time.
Mhm.
As we heal that, we are healing it for everyone.
Right. Yeah. That's what you and I were talking about the kingdom of heaven is like a measure of meal. What was it? 2 measures of meal. How did it go? Jesus says the kingdom of heaven is like unto a loaf of, God,
Right.
come on. It was a loaf of bread that a woman hid 3 measures of meal in until it leavened the entire loaf, right? So anyway, what he was talking about was that the kingdom of heaven is the realization that there's just one mind. But as individuals, so-called minds awaken and understand that there is just one mind, that because they're all interconnected, that it is the leavening, the truth leavens the whole. It's like it just it starts to awaken the entire sonship when even a small concentrated group begins to awaken.
That's it. As particularly when two or more.
Yes, yes.
Join, because the gap diagram just closes, right?
Right. Yeah, two or more agree to do this. Then that, you know, it's so powerful. That's the light. And so when the light turns on in the darkness, it just dispels all the darkness, right? It's not like the darkness can resist it. So it's beautiful, this coming together in our earnestness to awaken from the dream in its entirety. It will do it for the complete sonship. And how loving is that? Yeah.
Beautiful.
Let's see, here we go. Therefore, the exercises for today will emphasize this aspect of your perception. The 3 or 4 practice periods should be done as follows. Selecting subjects for the application of the idea randomly, look at each one long enough to say, I am not alone in experiencing the effects of how I see blank. So I am not alone in experiencing the effects of how I see the world, or this pen, or this room, or this body, or that body. Conclude the practice period by repeating the more general statement. I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my seeing. A minute or so, or even less, will be sufficient. So it's an important lesson, but a short one. I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my seeing. Yeah. Thank you, sis. Anything else you can think of?
Not right now.
Yeah.
There's an awful lot in the first 18 lessons, 20 lessons or so, 50 lessons actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you so much, guys. Have
Thank
fun with these lessons. Yeah. We'll see you next time.